Can you call a roll, please?
Not their
Director Scobie.
Here.
Director Wilson.
Here.
Director Hayes.
Here.
Director Augustin.
Here.
Director Eccles.
Here.
Director Edwards is excused, and President Bradley.
Here we have a quorum. I call a meeting to order.
From the President. Contract and bond for letting number 8700, 2020 Capital Main Replacement Program, 6-inch main in Mary Avenue, City of St. Louis, Water Division, St. Louis, Missouri. And this is addendum number 1 for letting number 8702, Ground Transportation Center at St. Louis Lambert International Airport. PSA number 1231, electrical one-line update and ARC flash study services phase 2 at St. Louis Lambert International Airport, St. Louis, Missouri. PSA number 1238, on-call traffic engineering services, St. Louis, Missouri. Appendix D for the Jefferson Signal Interconnect CMAQ grant, Market to Natural Bridge, and the Jefferson Corridor STPS grant, Section 1, Market to CAS. Recommendation that the following festival zones be approved, subject to certain conditions. Soulard Oktoberfest, October 11th through the 12th, 2019 at Soulard Market Park and parking lanes only. 9th between Lafayette and Carroll. Carroll between 7th and 9th, and Lafayette between 7th and 9th. No street closures. Columbus Day Festival, October 13th, 2019 at Barrow Park and Hill Neighborhood Streets. Great Grilled Cheese Cook-Off, October 19th, 2019 at Forest Park behind the Visitor Center. St. Louis Brewers Guide Halloween Party, October 26, 2019 at Lafayette Park. Halloween at CWE, October 26, 2019 at Central West End North CID Halloween Street Party. NLEC October Giveaway, October 26, 2019 at Locust between 14th and 15th. The Doghouse Halloween, October 27, 2019 at Soulard between 10th and Alley. Influence Church, October 31st, 2019 at Influence Church Halloween, October 31st, 2019 at Cohen between Virginia and Vermont. St. Louis Auto Show, January 22nd, 2019, January 22nd through the 29th, 2020. At Cole between 9th and 10th, January 22nd through the 28th, 2020. Eastern Lane of 9th between Locust and Cole, January 23rd through the 28th, 2020. North Lane of Convention Plaza between 6th and 7th, January 23rd through the 29th, 2020. From the President and Directors of Public Utilities, Streets, Parks, Recreation, and Forestry. Joint recommendation that permit for BJC Healthcare for public improvement at 216 South Kings Highway, BJC Schoenberg Pavilion in City Block 3886 be approved, subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the permit for Hill DK LLC for the City of St. Louis to release rights as defined in Ordinance 41855, vacation of water main easement at the intersection of Daggett and Hereford in city blocks 4084, 4085, 4092, and 4098 be approved. Recommendation that the board declares the emergency asphalting the pipe yard lot. From the Directors of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that permits for AT&T be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. To place 2 Newberry copper cables to the front of 11005 Riverview Drive. The buried cables will be placed within the right-of-way. Starting at the front of 11110 Riverview Drive, place a buried copper cable for 630 feet to the front of 11005 Riverview Drive. Starting at 100 Lighthouse Boulevard, place a new buried copper cable for 330 feet to the front of 11005 Riverview Drive. AT&T to place a new buried fiber optic cable at 4475 Shoto. The buried cable will be placed within the right-of-way, starting at the front of 4475. Place a buried fiber optic cable for 150 feet, then handhold 1101 to 4475 Shoto. Joint recommendation that the following permits for charter communications be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Starting at the existing charter telephone pole, the vault located at 3813 Garfield. Charter would like to bore 508 feet south down East Prairie, placing the vault in the sidewalk. From there, continue boring south 620 feet under Dr. Martin Luther King, 245 feet, placing the final vault in the sidewalk before entering on private property at 3820 Dr. Martin Luther King Drive. Starting at the existing charter vault in the sidewalk at the east side of 4915 Pernod, at the start of the alley and Pernod. Bore to the pole across Bernard in the opposite alley behind 3600 Line Avenue. Go up the pole to go aerial. Underground will stop at the Lozan and start behind 3637 South Kings Highway, etc. Joint recommendation that permit for Pace Delmore Associates to install a 4-inch conduit from 621 North Skinker to 750 Skinker Boulevard. The conduit will originate from the building communication room and extend to the southwest corner of Skinker and Enright. From there, the conduit will extend diagonally across the intersection of Skinker and Enright into the existing quasi-box located at the northeast corner of 750 North Skinker. Recommends approval subject to certain conditions. From the Directors of Public Utilities and Public Safety, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Ronnie's property to consolidate land at 1423, 1427, and 1429 Salisbury in City Block 1187. And African People's Education and Defense Fund, Inc., to consolidate land at 4031, 4033, and 4035 West Florissant, and 2150 Alice in City Block 3544. Recommends approval. From the Director of Streets, recommendation that petition number 6659, board document 269945, be amended to correct the ordinance number on file to ordinance 67165 for the affidavit that was approved, which provides for the conditional vacation of public surface rights for vehicle equation and pedestrian travel in Lucas Avenue from 19th Street to 20th Street in the city of St. Louis, Missouri. Recommends approval. From the Director of Public Safety, recommendation that bed and breakfast license for Fleur de Lens Mansion, care of Mark Drake, to occupy 3500 Russell as a bed and breakfast with 5 guest rooms be approved. Now we have the conditional uses.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. My name is Sandra Long, zoning specialist for the city, and I'll be representing the building commissioner at today's meeting. Per board order number 766, transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval is recommended for one application, 2838 South Grand. Approval with conditions is recommended for 7 applications. 520 Dover Place, 4283 East San Francisco, 4644 Michigan, 4540 Claxton, 4940 to 46 Southwest, 727 Dover Place, and 3500 Russell Boulevard. I request that these recommendations be approved as submitted.
Are there any questions from the board on the conditional uses?
I move to approve the conditional uses as recommended.
Second.
Moved and second for approval of today's conditional uses. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Wilson.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Augustin.
Aye.
Director Eccles.
Aye.
Director Edwards is excused, and President Bradley.
Aye. Today's conditional uses are approved. I'd like to turn your attention to our meeting minutes from last Tuesday, October 1st, 2019. Are there any questions or comments on the minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second. Moved to second for approval of the minutes. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie,
Abstain?
Director Wilson,
Aye.
Director Hayes, Director Augustine,
Aye.
Director Eccles,
Aye.
Director Edwards is excused, and President Bradley.
Aye. The minutes are approved. Today's agenda, questions or comments on the agenda? Seeing none, take a motion, please.
I move to approve today's agenda.
Second.
Moved and second for approval of today's agenda. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie,
Aye.
Director Wilson,
Aye.
Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Augustine,
Aye.
Director Eccles,
Aye.
Director Edwards is excused, and President Bradley.
Aye. Today's agenda is approved. Motion for adjournment, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.